Hello, main channel. This is High Priestess Jamila. Hello. Let's talk about the gang stalking. Is what I want to talk about because I've had quite a few clients talking to me about gang stalking. And we just gonna get into it. Y'all might hear a little bit of shuffling around over here because I'm bringing in groceries and I'm getting ready to make some coffee. And I just took my decongestant and my allergy medicine, so I may not be, snorkeling and coughing and stuff because, this is a high allergy season for me is in the summertime, which is why I like winter time. So want to talk about the gang stalking and the harassment. And you know what's funny? What I always like is when the gang stalkers do something to harass you and then you throw it right back at them and then they start playing victim. That's the funniest aspect of it. Oh, you're mean. You're doing something to me. You're horrible. You're this, you're that. And when you throw it back at them. So I've been throwing it back at them. Okay. I ain't that type of person. That I'm an empath and I'm an incarnated angel. But I kick ass. I kick ass. Okay. Because that's just what it is. Ain't nobody got to be running around here. I'm not love and light to my enemies. I'm fire and brimstone to my enemies. Okay. So that's why we send demons to hell and we uplift the anointed ones. Um, so the reason why the gang stalkers exist is because of perceived mental problems. Mental illnesses are made up, all of them. Just to let y'all know, schizophrenia, um, bipolarism, all that stuff is made up. It's a con game. So many people are under mind control that they don't realize that. Okay. So their main aspect, the gang stalkers want to drive you crazy. That's what they want. They want to drive you nuts. You have to be strong enough to not allow them to do this. Okay. Especially when they know that you have spiritual gifts, they will attack you even more. Because, every witch is not a psychic, and every psychic is not a witch. You've got some kind of spiritual anointing, spiritual gift, spiritual power. They usually have an issue with you because they can't control you. Most of us that were born from that bloodline or lineage, they knew about it. Okay. And so life has been a game of, let's see if I can drive this person insane. When you are sensitive, especially an empath, they can affect you. Okay. But see, the main element of it is the cleanses and standing up for yourself, standing up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Part of it does come from the church trying to punish us, which, they're totally in violation. So, you got folk over here talking about Jesus and all that stuff. And so I've explained this to church and the Christians because they came over to my channel today. Okay. Because that's the reason why all that indoctrination, they're indoctrinated, they're under mind control. That's the reason why all of this is happening. That's the reason why you can't just live your life in peace. You can't just be on some cool shit because they always up to no damn good. Okay. But a true, authentic Christian would have more so my idea, except for the worship of Jesus. I don't worship Jesus Christ. Okay. Hey, I am a God. Hello. I don't worship Jesus Christ. I don't have to worship Jesus Christ. I don't even, Jesus Christ is humble. I don't even think he wants to be worshiped, but they worship him anyway. And let me tell you, to all these fake Christians running around here, Jesus Christ don't like you, but it don't matter because you'll still use it. If you think it gives you some kind of leg up on a person, you'll still try to use it. Okay. But everybody doesn't have to worship Jesus. Everybody doesn't have to accept Jesus as their Lord and Savior. Now, Jesus will come to you and help you. Okay. But so will Shiva. Shiva will come help you. Shiva. I love me some Shiva. Papa Legba will come and help you. Abatala will come and help you, which Abatala's energy and spirit is very, very, very peaceful and healing. So, all these Christians running around here telling us, no matter what race we are, that, oh, you're a demon, you're demonic, all that devil worship and witchcraft, and you're just evil. And, and they don't even realize that they're the ones that's doing the evil. At that moment when they are doing that, they're being evil. They're satanic. Not even satanic. Satanism is freedom. That's what it means. Now, there are Satanist groups that do different things. That's why I was saying labels are not good. I'm pagan. I am not Christian. Okay. And you have to set boundaries for these people because from what I can see, some of the main Christians that have been in and out of our lives are the most negative. They're just negative. Okay. Talk negative. Negativity is when that it's obvious that if you try to control a person or if you try to control a person's mind, that would be very, very, very evil. The fact that you would even feel the need to do that, as if ever since I was a child, y'all, I would sit back and I would observe people. Okay. And I knew what was going on back then because I would always, I do have roots in the church, but the church has never scared me. I've never not done something wrong because I feared going to hell. In other words, I did good for goodness sake. I did good because I'm a good person. I just like good energy. I don't like bad energy. I don't like none of that. Even though I'll get myself involved with it if I have to, I will turn to my dark side. I will. Okay. And everybody has to. It's called shadow work. Okay. It's called standing up for yourself. Now, what you don't want to do is get violent, although some people have. Because they trying to drive folks crazy, doing a lot of craziness. Okay. That happened to me for 5 or 6 years straight. And no, I'm not choking. If anybody was wondering if I'm choking, I'm coughing because there's a tickle in my throat. Okay. So when I feel that tickle, I feel the need to scratch it. Okay. So, and then it's also sexual energy, them trying to block folks sexually. It's totally disgusting. Everything that they are doing is messing us all up. Everything. And you cannot believe anything that any of them say. Not a word. You can't not believe some stuff, but then believe some of the stuff. If it's a gang stalker that's under mind control, you cannot really trust what they say, because they're going to say what they think you want to hear sometimes. Okay. And see, that's what somebody had accused me of being a charlatan. I said, no, I believe in everything that I say. So no, it ain't, It is. So, but going back to what I was saying with as far as what they do, you can be a peaceful person minding your own business, and they'll just they've been going and going and going and going and going. They've been going on me for 6 years. And then they want to convince you that I'm somehow not an authentic witch, or that I'm weak because I can't make them stop. Right? Yeah. But how do you make somebody stop that's desperate? How do you make somebody stop that doesn't see that I am my own person with my own separate values and the right to those values, and those values are not harming anybody. If anything, they're helping people. Okay. And you're in your space and you're trying to come into my space and violate me. Has that not been what they have been doing? And you want to watch them because they not standing on anything. Like, if you listen to what they're saying, at the same time, they're threatening you, but then they're playing victim, right? The reason why they have to do that is because that is a part of their human consciousness. But the entire frontal lobe is being controlled, mind control. Some people are more susceptible to mind control. The powers that be, they want and need this chaos. They want it, they need it. They have to have you, like the general populace, they have to have people in chaos. And there's certain agendas that they have because they're trying to keep children from being born. There's certain children that are supposed to come from certain bloodlines, and those children will be born. Those children will be born, whether or not it's 10 years from now or 20 years from now, those children are still going to be born from the womb that they're supposed to be born from. So remember I told y'all, watch the news, because it's going to be a lot of 45, 55, and 65-year-old women giving birth to these special children. Watch. That's going to happen because, and you know what? Do they have the right? No, they don't. Are they doing right by human beings? No, they're not. If they would tell humans the truth, if they would tell empaths the truth, if they would tell all of them the truth, then everybody's minds would start healing. But they got to convince you that you're sick. They got to convince you that it is something wrong with you. Okay. And you can restore your peace and your inner balance. I do it every single day. Funny part is that they targeted single women with the women. They targeted single women, some of the strongest people alive. So that ought to tell you something. What it tells you is that they're stupid for them to target, especially targeting single mothers. That was where they messed up. Okay. Um, these are also people, a lot of the gang stalkers, they may have spiritual gifts themselves, Yes, just because somebody is you know silly enough to be a gang stalker, because I think that that's stupid. Go live life. Go make love to the man that you love, whoever that is, and live life. Stop letting these people stop you from living life. We ain't supposed to be in that chaos. If y'all wake up and pay attention, there's been nothing but chaos the past several years. Has anybody noticed how ridiculous that is? Okay, then the gang stalkers will then complain about health problems. Of course, you have health problems. Of course, not being unsympathetic, but you're creating your health problems, your cancers, your diabetes, your high blood pressure, because they can't release that control of other people's lives. And see, they're fueled by jealousy and hatred. You're fueled by the vision that you came into this earth in. Some of us came into the earth, we wanted we wanted to find the person that we're meant to be with for the rest of our lives. We wanted to bear children with them. We wanted to live in bliss and happiness. If you look around, we're living in a paradigm. This is actually heaven. Earth is heaven. Okay. So they try to create a false hell for you. Sitting back, taking a bird's eye view of it. That's exactly what their intent is. They want to create hell on earth. Okay. And it's for some people, it is hell. For me, I'm Gucci. I'm always good. Did y'all see? Y'all, those videos I put up were very therapeutic. I don't care what nobody says. We need some comedy relief. We need to make fun of these people. These people should be made fun of. They should be. They know that they are involved in something that could possibly do harm to a person. Not me, not Jamila, and not anybody in my circle. They can't do nothing to you. That's why a lot of people in my circle, they sitting up there, they just like, breathing a sigh of relief. Or y'all not? While they run around in chaos, while they tell us, oh, that stuff is it's just cockamamie bullshit and you're not real, and but they just don't know, right? I think that humans do have an aspect of the brain that produces worry. So I think that a lot of you guys that have that worry and that OCD, and just a lot of you guys, it's creating the like literally you think you got COVID, you think you're sick, you think you're that, and you're not. You're fine. Your brain is convincing the rest of your body to shut down. It's like a walking Alzheimer's disease that they're giving to everybody. Everybody that doesn't know this exact fact that I'm speaking is under some kind of dementia. Okay. As soon as you open up your third eye, they're trying to send all of these demons to scare you, and you cannot be scared of those demons. So that's just like when you were a child. You have to remember, many of y'all have guardian angels. Those guardian angels would come in and protect you so that you wouldn't be scared of the shit that may have been attacking you. Why are they even able to attack? Because a lot of people say, well, why is it happening at all? I don't know. Negative spirits, technically they do have the right to be here just as much as we do. But I think that it is the absence of any kind of clarity on it. The more ignorant people are, the more stupid they act. The more ignorant people are, the scared they are. Now, there's a lot of children that are supposed to come from the bloodline of Black people. So I'm going to say this to Black men. Y'all are now afraid of producing your own children because of a situation that you totally have control over. You have control over that. So the main aspect of that is that, Black men are not, because these children won't come in under any other bloodline. They're not going to do it. Okay. So it's going to have to happen eventually. But a lot of y'all are afraid of having these special children. Don't worry about all that out of wedlock stuff. That's a system. That's an indoctrination. Okay, even my Christian uncle, God rest his soul, he explained to me about marriage and weddings and things of that nature. And he said that the actual marriage is between the man and the woman. Okay, so that happens between the man and the woman when they consummate the situation, which is and I'll take it a little bit further, which is the connection of the hearts, the connection of the mind and the spirit when you have sex with someone. But, so a lot of y'all men out here, especially Black men, because in YouTube is a very, very, very wicked place to our ancestors. They absolutely hate it because there is actually an agenda on YouTube against Black men. There is an actual agenda against Black women. There is an actual agenda against the Black family. And Black families love to be with each other. Like, you ain't gonna never convince me to not love my Black man, not ever. And you can call me a mammy. You can judge me all you want. And the Black man is sick right now. He's sick. He needs patience, compassion, and understanding. Black men have had no real place to turn to. Their fathers were Christians and their friends were thugs and pimps. So they didn't really have, unless they had a good father, then they would have some resonance of understanding. Okay. So there's a lot of people right now attacking me. I've been under attack. I've been under spiritual attack for the past 2 years because I got caught sleeping with a Black man. Mm-hmm. So, and it's disgusting and it's sick. It's disgusting. It's sick. It's backwards. It's perverted. It's twisted. It's clown shit. And actual judgment and hatred try to convince you that you're dirty in some way. Oh, you're filthy. You're disgusting. Mm-hmm. That's about it. And so this is something that is being done by the Church of Scientology, the Church of Satanism, the Church of Christianity, and even some churches of Catholicism. For some reason, they've decided that if we whitewash the world and try to breed out Black people, that somehow things are going to be better. If that ever happened in the next 200 years, everybody would die. So these people don't think. That's why we told them to stop thinking so fucking much and start living. If they were to, which is what they're trying to do, listen, I am not against, I know about interracial dating, interracial relationships, but, and I understand that, I think it's what, maybe now we're at probably like maybe 6% of the population. Most people date and marry their own race, don't they? Who do I look like? Do I look like Marilyn Monroe? Who do I look like, though? No, seriously. But thank you. So they're trying to breed out Black people, dark skin. They're trying to breed them out, and they've convinced you that you are evil, that you are satanic, and that you're just dark and you're ugly and you just, nobody wants you. So it's a lot being done in that arena. But think about it. If they were to get rid of every Black person on this fucking planet, they would cease to exist. So you can tell that they're not working with a full barrel. I mean, trust me, it's the dumbest thing ever. It totally violates God. I think that they want to bring on Armageddon, which will never happen. They would all be locked up in prison and insane asylums before any of that would ever happen. But on an individual basis, if you are a Black person that has convinced yourself that, Black people are stupid, Black people are evil, Black people are this. No, Black people do stupid stuff because they're being bombarded with demons. So it's just like everybody else, but we're very different because of our ancestors. So that's why it makes us more perpetually evil when you have Black ancestry or if you are a Black person. Because as they're doing things to you, your ancestors is attacking them. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. That is a compliment. That lady is gorgeous. That's my grandmother's name. Her name is Lena. I always like Lena Horne. Y'all know I believe that Marilyn Monroe was a Black woman, though. People don't talk about that, but I believe Marilyn Monroe was a Black person that passed for white. So, don't think that I'm telling y'all the truth of what it is, but um if you are an empath or a spiritualist or a Black person that is being attacked, that you're going to have to protect your DNA. Okay. Now, what has your DNA? Your hair, your sperm, your spit, your blood. So you have to protect your DNA. And the way that you do that, in my opinion, in my most humble of opinions, is first of all, loving yourself unconditionally. But second of all, I believe witchcraft. And this is not just for Black people, white folks too. Okay. That's why they fight against witchcraft so much. Now y'all got to understand that the entities that indoctrinated our minds thousands of years ago, they meant to destroy this planet and everything on it, including the animals and the waters. Okay. And it's been a very, very slow progression, but we're there. Okay. We're there. We're at the point of no return in society right now, with just everything that we've been seeing. I mean, racism is at an all-time high. And Black folk, when we get together, we got to discuss this. But we can't discuss it from a defeatist point of view. You know what I'm saying? We can't discuss that from a defeatist point of view, from a fearful point of view. You cannot do that. You can't discuss racism and even the victim plan. You can't even do that. You can't even be the victim. Don't allow yourself to be a victim. Nobody should. Now, I don't care what race you are, because this is not just happening to Black people. This is happening to whites. But right now, white people are not being debreaded from the earth. That's not happening to them. So that's why we're having this conversation. Okay, that's why we're having this conversation right now. They're trying to breed you out of the planet. And you better believe that whenever there is any type of person that hates Black people, that is, in front of the world trying to do mental, spiritual, and physical harm to other Blacks, telling them that they're going to kill themselves. See, that's a part. And don't ever let them use the Jedi mind trick on y'all. Okay, I don't care what race you are. They will try to tell you who you are, what you are, and how you're supposed to feel. And see, this is the reason why I always get worried when I don't hear from my family or my loved ones. Because I already know what they're doing. Even if you don't want to admit it, even if you are a Black person that doesn't want to admit the hell that you are being put through, you realize that there is help for that. Okay. And you got to stop saying that you don't trust spiritualists and witches, because a lot of, especially a lot of these Black women, the ones that are not on that same agenda, because we have had some Black folk that have turned against us, and it's not just they decided to go the other way and date other races. They decided to go the other way and look back and attack their own people. So that's a problem. That's what, and that's what we're not going to do. Okay, because I know that there is a gang stalking group of people on here that hate Black men, and they hate Black women that date Black men. They hate you. Okay. And they really don't like for you to get along with each other. Oh shit, I didn't mean for him to get that. Oh well. They want you to fight and argue and talk crazy to each other and cuss each other out. They want you to hate each other. They don't want you to work out your problems with each other. When they see you transmuting that negative energy, especially in your Black community, in your own community, when they see Black folk that may not have gotten along before, but then they started getting along, that's when they go on a tirade against you. And they're still angry about it. They're very angry that they wasn't able to play out their agenda. So now, and this started last year, shortly after I moved into my house. Okay. This started last year when they could see clearly that their agenda did not work. So then they decided, I'm coming back for revenge. I'm going to try to undo all of those sacred knots that we have tied. But they can't. All of those advancements and you know, the movement forward and the progression that you have, they can never stop that. So they were in a mode of trying to stop you from progressing. Now they want what you have to either be taken or lost. Okay, because I've been thinking a few of them trying to do eviction spells and stuff like that, and when that shit backfire on them, oh my God, yeah. When it backfires on them, they're gonna have some problems. They really gonna be crying. God dang it, I didn't need to get this many, but I guess I got many. I bet this is expensive. Hold on, y'all, I'm making me some coffee. So it's all about controlling the narrative, trying to control how you feel about people. If you're a Black person that is sitting there hating another Black person to the capacity that you want them to die or you want to kill them or some crazy crap like that, then you need to get some spiritual help. Okay? If you're specifically just like, I hate them niggas and doing that, oh, you need some help. You need help. You need to get out of that hate. I wonder if this thing will. So, what I would highly suggest, again, is that if you are a sensitive, don't watch sensitive material. Don't watch white or Black racists. Don't watch them right now. You need to clear your head of them. You don't need to watch everything that they're doing. You already know what they're doing. Okay? That's all that a bunch of people have been doing, is taking in all that negativity. And sure, I guess it's fun to watch drama unfold. They like the drama. Okay? So they love their drama, but they're gonna have to find better entertainment, is what they're gonna eventually have to do. Because I believe that eventually YouTube is gonna be down there like Disney. Hell, even my channel, they might take my channel down because I done talked about way too much adult stuff. So all these people that's on here, you know, even, hey sweetie, even I do it. You know, I talk kind of nasty sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because I can be kind of angry sometimes. You know, but yeah, their time is going to be limited here. And what they're going to do is they're going to cry about freedom of speech, but freedom of speech is these people's last worry. Trust me, them demons that are going to eventually come for payment. All of these people have been sold to a demon, all of them. And if they don't start listening, they're going to end up getting chewed up by that demon and spit out. That's why y'all need to not go along with the get along. You know, maybe get you some. Don't pay no attention to me, even if I'm checking them, because I come over to check them. Okay? When I'm checking them, I'm coming at them from a different perspective. A lot of y'all need to take a break. Y'all need to take a break from it. Let it go. Okay? Give your mind some time to go to that mystical place where you need to go in your mind. Because what you're doing is you are just absorbing negative energy, and many of you guys are not getting rid of it. This is 8 cups, right? Where's my little, yep. All right, y'all, I'm sorry, I was counting out my coffee. And you know, after a while, that demon is gonna have to be spoiled. It's not spoiled. The demon is gonna have to be starved, and I can't wait for that day because honestly, I've gotten sick of the drama as well on YouTube. It's nothing but constant drama. The gang stalkers are constantly flipping back and forth. If it's not one gang stalker making videos about you, it's another one. Okay. And the crazy part about them is that they're liars. Anybody that will listen to their lies, they'll tell them a lie. Feel sorry for me. Oh, this person's hating on me. Oh, this person's doing something to me. No, that's not what's happening. Okay, that's a lie. You can't hate on somebody that you don't talk to, don't think about, don't even like. What are you talking about? I'm getting ready to go upstairs and chill out and talk to my son and probably watch what's the name of that movie with Rebecca De Mornay in it, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. No, nobody's even thinking about these people like that. But they want to somehow, and it is considered to be trafficking. Okay. Any person that comes on here, you know, is doing that. It's a form of trafficking. Okay, because what they're doing is they're using you. Then everybody on YouTube is doing stuff like that, you know, including me, but we had to get some comedy relief earlier, y'all. I was over here laughing so damn hard I almost pissed on myself. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you. It was hilarious to me. It was because, you know, but at the end of the day, we got to handle this business because we supposed to be happy. We supposed to be happy. We supposed to be chilling. We supposed to be, you know, barbecuing with our families. You know, we supposed to be doing home improvements on our homes. We're supposed to be, you know, doing yoga and, you know, meditating and loving ourselves and each other. We're not supposed to be doing all of that other stuff. Okay? And that ain't what we're supposed to be doing. And the longer that people do this and that people are wrapped up in this, the sicker people are going to get. They're going to start getting sick than what they already are. Okay, and not allergies. It's definitely not going to be allergies. Okay. Now, did y'all know that what's being attacked is the heart chakra and the crown? Big time. So many of y'all that are, you know, feeling some type of way, or either you're not feeling well, a lot of y'all, what y'all got to do is y'all got to get in those bathtubs. You have got to get in the bath with those herbs. You have got to get in the bath with some herbs. I'm talking about actual herbs. And I've been trying to get my herbal project done. Hey guys. I've been trying to get this done. And I'm going to get it done because I got my little embossing label maker. And we're going to get all these put up. And then I can give y'all remedies and stuff, you know, especially some of my people that are local. They can come by and, you know, of course, there's a cost because these herbs do cost money. You can come by and pick up a mixture. Either you can make a tea out of it or put it in your bath. Okay. Now, a lot of y'all, I'm going to start talking about recipes. As you guys can see, I got my apothecary. I got my sign today, so I was pretty excited. My son came upstairs and he said, "Mama, there's a box outside." And so, yeah, I was pretty happy to see that today. That was that was very uplifting to see that. So stop listening to these people. As far as when it comes to advice, stop looking at some of these people and believing and thinking that they know what they're talking about just because they're grabbing people, pulling them on YouTube and saying something. Stop believing that crap. Stop believing everything that you hear from them. Okay. And here's another thing that I wanted to remind you guys of. I'm going to be working on Lanasa. We're going to go into Lanasa, into the information and the aspects for that. But my cleanses and some of my other spell work is going to be going off of sale on the 4th of July. So that'll be the last day that you can get those prices. Okay, and you can go and look on Etsy, but I do also accept Cashapp and Venmo. So just to let y'all know, if y'all want to save a little bit of money, because on the 4th of July, those prices are going back up. Okay, they're going back to the regular price. So I did that to support the world, as well as my own community. During this time that we're going through, a lot of you guys that have food, a lot of you guys that have lights and gas and water and cars and new stuff, a lot of y'all are very lucky. There's a lot of people that are not that lucky, and they're suffering through this whole thing. Now, I will tell you that if you are an anointed one by God, if you are one of, if God has his arms around you, okay, then you understand what I'm saying. People that are godless are suffering right now. They're suffering. They don't have that connection to the universe there. And remember, corona means crown. Corona is a Latin word. It's the Latin word for crown. Has an M at the end of it though. But I thought that was a very interesting coincidence or synchronicity between the crown chakra and what's going on, because if you study the chakras, and maybe we'll do that. We'll do some chakra study. But if you study the crown chakra, you'll realize that the crown chakra connects you with the universe and with God. And there's nothing mentally ill about that. It's just that it ain't even nothing that you got to go out and tell everybody all the time. It's just that connection, that knowing, that care, that security of God. Because I don't know about y'all, but my gods make me feel very, very safe and secure constantly. And see, I'm a Cancer. I don't like fear. I don't like unstable situations. I don't like funny mirror time when it's time for everybody to act weird. I'll be the outsider looking in saying, what is this? Right? That's how I am. So at the end of the day, will they ever stop? Probably not until they're dead. So what do? Block them completely out of your mind. I know I was doing that work too. Because what they'll do, I had one that had been sending me stuff for years and I didn't even realize it. Been watching me and sending me stuff for years and I didn't even realize it until recently. You know, it was just, I felt like it was a common enemy. But, you know, when you know your enemy, that is very powerful. But at the end of the day, you have to know that your enemies cannot do anything to do any harm to you. You have to know that, especially if you're a good person, especially if you have done right and people have disrespected you, have trespassed upon you. Okay, so you got to just be patient with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And they're clever. They'll try to make you feel bad. Try to say, "Oh, you're throwing my energy back at me. Oh, because you're crappy." And it's like, no, not really. Not really. So a lot of people, the way that they will tell you to handle the gang stalkers is totally false. I mean, you ain't got to make videos to them, but you definitely can do spiritual work on them. You need to. Okay. You need to do spiritual work on them to clear their stuff out because they will form a spiritual cord attachment to you. And they'll try to pull on your energy. And listen, you can't allow yourself to be used as a source for them. You cannot allow them to continue to take your healing energy from you. A lot of my healers out there, you cannot let these people continue to take your healing energy from you. Okay? You can't do that. That's going to drain you. That's going to drain you. A lot of y'all feeling drained. A lot of y'all feeling old before your time. It's a lot of y'all in y'all 30s, 20s, 30s, and 40s got arthritis, in pain all the time, feeling like an old person, and you only in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, or even 50s or 60s. So all around the world is generally more unhealthy right now. I know that that's not proper grammar, but right now the world is unhealthy. That's one of the reasons why the other day I didn't even want to leave the damn house. I didn't even want to leave the house, y'all. It was, oh God, it's, yeah. And people have accepted these diseases and stuff and these dioceses as an inevitability. They've accepted it. They're scared. People going out getting that damn shot, shedding all over everybody else. It's a huge mess out there. And see, you got to be careful. You have to just be careful because there's a lot of people, if you're of a certain bloodline, especially, you need to take your hair, okay, whether or not you're a woman or a man, you need to take the hair off the top of your head, and you need to take the hair from down in the pubic area, the pubis area, and you need to do that advanced witch bottle protection jar. Because that is how you protect your DNA. How does somebody make you sick? By changing your DNA. Your DNA is going to change with the sickness. It's going to change. That's why it's been, even some of these diseases have been passed down generationally. You tell me if the human body, let's talk about high blood pressure. With the human body, you tell me what's going to cause high blood pressure. Your body just going to sit there. I mean, of course, if you eat a pound of salt, that could raise your blood pressure, absolutely. But you tell me if just being a human being in a normal state of being without all that stress, would your blood pressure be high? So wouldn't it make sense to eliminate the fighting, the arguing, the jealousy, all of that? Isn't that what's causing the high blood pressure? Because right now, all the doctors know how to do is treat it. So you got to think about that. What is it? What is it that's causing that? Okay. Your fears, your inner fears, your outer fears, your subconscious blockages, your subconscious thoughts, the things that may trigger you. Okay. All of those things are causing the body to have inflammation. Now, what these doctors are finding is inflammation around the heart and the heart muscle. Those things can be prevented or either cleared up simply by taking a proper spiritual bath. You just got to know how to do it. And I've actually put up a couple of videos on the channel talking about spiritual baths, so you don't necessarily have to be a client to get that information. But a lot of my clients prefer to be a client because I work them through that. Okay, I've had to work myself through some craziness, through psychic attacks, because that's where it's coming from. It's psychic attacks, it's mind control, it's a lot of different factors in that, which is why you can go on YouTube and find the scatter frequency. What this does is it keeps them, it keeps that energy from being able to touch you. And then also not just the frequencies, boiling your herbs, boiling them on the stove. Okay. Now I'm a traditional witch and they hate me because I'm a witch, but they hate me because I'm a witch that heals people. That's why I'm hated. If I was somebody out here with an intent to kill people and be a Hollywood, witch to where I'm just, drama, drama, drama all the time, which I will go into the drama if somebody's attacking me. But other than that, that's not my intent. I would love for my spiritual journey to be much more peaceful. But as far as inside of your home, you need to get a pot, get you one of them stock pots, boil you some lemons, boil you some garlic, boil you some onion, and boil some of them herbs in there. Very, very, very important. Okay. So, there's a way to survive all of this, which really it's a spiritual war. That's what COVID is. It's spiritual war. And that's why I was suggesting to people, get rid of it. If you got any kind of issues, get rid of it, release it, block those people. They can't hurt you. Reverse whatever spells they done put out there with their witches and stuff, because they do have evil witches that do work for them. Okay. And listen to High Priestess Jamila. That's it. I'm serious about that, y'all, because I get so worried about people when they, because folks really are dropping dead right now. Okay. And for whatever reason that is, some of these people, probably wasn't supposed to go. Who knows? I know that a lot of these disembodied spirits, a lot of these souls, a lot of even the real negative, spiteful, malevolent ones, the reason why they are malevolent is because they were either murdered, killed, or felt like they were taken off of this earth too soon. So, and I told y'all about that little baby that must have been born with some past life regressions that got cut on the face, which it was a medical mistake during an emergency C-section, but it may have been a soul that was trying to come back in too fast or something. I'm not sure. But spirit was looking into that, and they were saying that, any kind of scar, any kind of birthmark that you may have on your face or your body, it is a past life regression. It is. That's why those things happen to some people. Can you protect yourself from it? Yeah, you can. I've had several lifetimes and all of them wasn't good. So I'm a reincarnated soul, and I know this factually, and many of you are. And instead of paying attention to all this ignorant stuff, start knowing self. Start looking at your past life. Start looking at who you were in your previous life. Start looking into those things instead of paying attention to the crap. Don't even pay no attention to Jamila when I'm handling these people. Okay, because I had to handle some stuff today. Okay, and it was actually quite funny. But you know, because we should make fun of them. Look at how foolish they are. They're karmics. They're just throwing their life away. They have a karmic life. Do they have to necessarily afflict or affect you? No. You have to know the right thing to do. I've had people consistently attacking me, attacking my children, trying to make me feel unsafe, trying to make me feel insecure in a place by myself, trying to make me, you know, it's been years and years and years of it. And I know exactly what to do, because a lot of people would give up on themselves. They, you know, a lot of people would have gave up, hell, after a year. But you can't give up. You got to keep going. But you don't need to be involved with that hateful mess. Okay. Now, if you are somebody that got caught up in that, you can be helped, but you can't go back into those gang stalking mentalities and ways. The way that they're doing that to you is through mind control. You cannot go back to those ways. You shut the door on that, close the door on it, and move forward. Okay. Hey, Jacksonville, if you guys don't know how to do it, because obviously, if I were able to do it with witchcraft, you are able to as well. And if you hurt somebody, you know, by helping self, then fuck, what was wrong with that person? What was really like, oh God, it hurts me to see you get ahead, or this is hurting me to see, oh, you're hurting me, because they're disappointed. They had an agenda that they could not fulfill. They already lost last year. They lost last year. Okay. These people are just like, if you know, when people be in the boxing match, in the boxing ring, and they be boxing and they get their asses whooped. And then they come back and they go, no, let's do it again. I want to try over again. No, there's no try overs or do overs, because they were already given plenty of warning. So at this point, they either are going to bow down to God. I'm talking about the one true source of God. That's who they dealing with. That's why they keep getting these tower moments and stuff. They dealing with God, you know, like all of the other gods, like Lakshmi, Lord Ganesha, Papa Legba, all of these deities, they make up the embodiment of God, but these deities came from a source. That's who we're dealing with, is source directly. That's why it's been very important for you to look at and pay attention to what is happening in the sky. And see, they told you don't look up at the sky. It even says it in the Bible, because they didn't want you to figure it out. They didn't want us to get help from these neighboring planets. They didn't want that. Okay, they could already foresee that people were already, because they had been watching. You know, the Mayans, the ancient Egyptians, you know, they worked with the sun and the moon and the quasars. They did. They was already looking at that stuff. All of these you know, antennas and what's that thing that you can look at the stars with? Those things were invented thousands of years ago. We've been doing this. Okay. So, like, for example, when Mercury was in retrograde, this was a time for you to go back. Like if anything had changed, you can go back and change. The Mercury in retrograde is actually time travel. It's time travel. So that's why a lot of y'all probably had to set your computers back to an earlier date. I need to set a restore point on my computer too. Go ahead and set it now because it's working fine now, but in case I have to do that. It's the same thing with your life, with your existence, and so as far as with time travel, I know a lot about that. As far as on a quantum physics level, I know a lot about that, and especially when it comes to time travel and past lives, as far as instead of you getting the negative stuff from your past life, bring in the positive, because many of y'all do have positive things. A lot of y'all struggled, but then you ascended and you achieved a lot in your past life. You did. But in this life, people are literally feeling as though I'm never going to get ahead. I'm never going to do so. Now, of course, there probably could be some people that were lost in their previous life, but if you are given life and if you are given air to breathe, this is a new day and a new dawn for you to make a change in your life. And the past can't really hurt you. Your past life can't really hurt you unless you let it. Okay, now I know there's a lot of people that were born with certain um they were born with certain deformities and stuff because of their previous life. And that's okay. But you can still live a happy and fulfilling life. Okay, without all of that. In other words, they're trying to determine and judge who is worthy of life, which should ultimately be and is controlled by God. But I do believe that our connection with God has something to do with it too. I think that it's a crossroads that you may come to. And you may decide that if you see that gate, that crossroad open, and you may think, oh, well, that's a better life over there, I'm going to go over there. Who knows what happens with the soul unless you're a dead person or can recount times that you have died? How would you know what a person goes through when they die? How do they really know? They don't, they can't, and they don't know. We've done consistent research on it, but you would actually have to die in order to figure that out. And then again, it would just be you and God that would know that, unless you were to communicate and let people know what exactly happened to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a possibility as well. Everything is a possibility. There's all possibilities right now. We are living in the 10th dimension. We are not, look, I know that y'all go by the 4G and the 5G and the 3G. That's how y'all been determining what dimension that we're on. No, we're on the 10th dimension, where all things are possible. So, some people just ain't ready to face that. And that's why you feel that energy from spirit so deep. Okay. And I was laying in bed the other night, and all of a sudden I could feel this spiritual energy, and it was pulsing through my heart, and my heart was just going boom, 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 because it was something that was going on at that time. I'm not going to say, but it was something going on at that time. And so, that's why you feel different. That's why you feel different, because your mind is telling you something ain't right. So is this the reality that I'm supposed to be living in right now? So that's why a lot of people feel different. They feel kind of funny. If you had a consistent amount of blockages, these two recent eclipses probably really knocked you off your feet. Okay, it probably did, because I could feel it. I can feel the whole world. I know that today things are a little bit better. I feel like there's a lot of people on the earth that are much more cleared right now. So today is definitely different from yesterday, from what I could feel from just everybody. And I could still feel it. I feel like it's slowly dissipating, whatever it was that was happening. So anyway, y'all, happy Thursday. Y'all, I have the most beautiful Rose of Jericho. It is much more stunning than the last one that I had. And I might just you know what? I'm going to record just a little short video and show y'all my Rose of Jericho because I'm about to get out of here. Hit that thumbs up, you guys. I appreciate it. It lets me know who's watching. And it also helps me to kind of gauge what's going on in the world. Okay. If y'all need to reach me, I do have openings for tomorrow. I'm pretty much booked today. I got several things I need to do today. But y'all can book for tomorrow and this weekend, okay? Because I'm clear this weekend, okay? Because I got some work that I need to finish up and stuff. So I don't want to be doing too much. I want to make sure that I'm managing my time. And I think Saturn was in retrograde too. And I noticed that we were working on a lot of time and time management. You know what I'm saying? So, because honestly, where a lot of people are at is that you want to reach that place of peace, that place of balance, but it's time for us to get to that. It's time for us to move on to that instead of, staying behind in places and or either in situations or frame of minds that you don't want to be in. Because if you are a very negative person, or if you are a very negative thinking person, maybe you just can't control it right now. I know that the other day my father hung up in my face because I told him that he was talking too negatively. Because, he may not be ready to hear that, but he does. He talks negatively, he thinks negatively. So if you are in that place of that negative thinking, it's time for you to get some help for that. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen overnight. Because if you've been in a negative place and you've got extreme negativity and crap you're dealing with, that's inward, that stuff has to come unearthed a little at a time. It has to become unearthed. Every cleanse that I get, I notice that it unearths more and more, but I notice that I become even more unblocked and just free, because I'm going to tell y'all the last week or so, we have been doing heart chakra opening. So a lot of y'all probably like, oh God, my heart is beating. Oh God, oh, what's going on? Oh, I'm breathing, and you breathing deeper. You're breathing deeper now. And that when the way that you breathe changes, it's an adjustment. Okay, and I know what I'm talking about because I can feel everything. I go by how I feel. I'm an empath. And sometimes I don't like being an empath, especially when it comes to gang stalkers and the way they throw energy at you, because this is energy that you can't really recognize. That energy don't seem right to you because it's somebody else's energy. It's not your energy at all. You know how you think, feel, talk. You know how you're supposed to feel. So I don't know if Mercury in retrograde is over, but I'm waiting for another one. I'm looking for Mercury in retrograde. Mercury in retrograde is not necessarily negative. Yes, people do start lying, people start scheming during that time, but that don't mean that you have to. This is a time, that's why they do it, to distract you. During Mercury in retrograde, this is a time for you to reconcile and for you to do reconciliation with yourself, with others. Okay, with when you're thinking, "Ooh, I remember back then when so and so was happening," or "I remember, ooh, I love that time." This was a time to do it, especially for love work. Mercury in retrograde is actually an excellent time to do love work, to do reconciliation work. And a lot of y'all do need to reconcile with your partners. You know why? Because they're just going to go through life suffering and something negative happening to them. I'm just telling you what I know. There's no other place to be except for in the arms of God and love. Okay? And if you stay there, you'll be able to heal yourself completely. If you stay in that place, if you keep, going back and forth and trying to serve two gods, and, especially when it comes to certain things like these medications that are killing people. Okay. Anyway, y'all, have a good day. I will see y'all later. Love and light.